It's Alec and Pete, bringing the heat. Alec and Pete, that's a bossa, bringing the heat. Alec and Pete.
All right, you heard it. It's bringing the heat with Alec and Pete. This is a special edition this week because
It's very special.
it's a morning edition. We're doing it Friday morning. It's what it
7:30
is.
a.m.
If you're
specifically.
wondering, if you wake up and listen to it on Friday morning, you're wondering why it's not up. It's because it hasn't been recorded because we're currently recording it Friday morning.
I had the 98 Cherokee virus.
Yeah. So what's good with that? What's going on there, Pete?
So, listen, I knew it was a project car. And if I sound like dog shit, I think it's an actual Cherokee virus. I went in, I was like, hey, I think I have COVID. And they're like, what are your symptoms? I was like, I just don't feel like amazing. They're like, get out of here. They're like, get out of here. But back to the car. My dad was riding in it and he's like, Peter, this thing's fucked up. He goes, you need to bring this into a shop right now. So I bring it in and they're like, yeah, the whole front axle was about to fall off. And I was like, oh, that's why it had they call it the fun wobble, just kind of gives you a little.
Yeah, you had that in
Yeah.
a different car, right?
Yeah. When I put the wheels on it. Yeah. But it's kind of like one of those massage chairs but you don't have to pay for it.
Like at the mall?
Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone using those? I want to know who.
I mean, I think COVID did a few good things and it probably got rid of those chairs.
I don't know who invested in that,
I mean, who did anyone ever I never put one of my dollars into that machine to fucking let it massage me. I mean, that's the most disgusting thing I can think of.
I know it's nasty. And for people to walk by you while you're being massaged, it's
like what's going on here? I mean,
but that's like those people that invested in Bitcoin early on, now they're worth, millions.
I don't think that's the same thing.
Apparently some guy traded 500 Bitcoin for a pizza one time back in 2014. Can you imagine being that person?
I hope it was a really good pizza.
It must have been like a Papa John's or something. I think it was Domino's or Papa John's.
Oh, so not shit. Good pizza. All right.
Definitely shit pizza. Yeah.
So yeah, what's going on? I want to hear about it because I didn't get to ask you yesterday.
So here's my day yesterday. So I wake up in the morning and I've got to bring a bunch of trash in a truck up to the dump, which I've never dealt with the people at the dump before. They take cash only. I don't carry cash. Who carries cash anymore? You probably do.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, I think.
Well, the guys at the dump were probably Italian.
Yeah, you still got that wad of cash from your dad.
Yeah, it's in the Felix Roma bag.
Yeah, but so I have to go to an ATM and then, bring it up there. It's a whole thing.
You probably have to open up a new credit card, cash advance.
New credit card. They want my social security number, which of course I gave it to them. They seem reliable. Also, it's right next to the airport, so it has to be 45 minutes away. But so I go up there, and the people were like, "Your car's gonna be done in the morning." So I drive all the way from the airport to Ovestal. Okay, 4 corners for our big Antonians here. And they're like, "Oh, listen, we got into something. Some project cars came in." I was like, "My car should be fucking priority." I was like, "Oh, be here at 2." Okay, so I go all the way back to Binghamton, and I have to do another thing at my brother's house, which is right there, next to Binghamton General, way back opposite side. So then I head on the highway back over. They're like, "Listen, man, we thought we could get this done, but it looks like it's going to be the end of day, So I was like, I have a podcast at 5 that I need to get to. So I drive the back route, the state line, okay, Pennsylvania. We're talking the Dirty Dozen, okay? Pennsylvania, and I know the roads. Let's talk about how shitty we are as humans now that we can't find our way back without a phone. You literally feel like you're lost in the jungle, dude. Yeah. I wrote the road names down and I missed a single road and I popped out just where I would have popped out if I'd taken the highway, but I would have been there 10 minutes sooner. So then I get to your house and you just look at me and I look at you and we're like, this was way poorly planned. This was just not planned well. And you're like, "Oh, I got pizza." I was like, "All right." But you're like, "Oh, dude, you're stuck here after."
Yeah.
Because I got to go do some, what are you, ice skating, right?
Yeah, I went ice skating after
night skating with one of your guy buddies.
Yeah, we do that. It's like it's weird. Well, you know what month it is, right? June. So they do a
Yeah.
lot of ice skating in June, apparently.
Okay. It stretches out the hammies and stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So long story short, yeah, now we were like, let's wake up at 7:30 and just be funny, which
Yeah.
is,
It's almost an
it's a
impossible task. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I actually woke up like 5 times in the night. Like
Thinking
I was
about
like,
it?
how I was like, why did I agree to this? I was like, I don't want to wake up at 7:30. We
I mean,
always
I
say it
knew
the
it
night
was a bad
before.
idea when we said it, but what are we supposed to do? I mean,
I know.
it was either no episode or we're doing the 7:30 thing,
It
and it's
was,
just what it
yeah.
is.
And it was also like your cousin Marco, because he was slacking behind
Yeah.
on the stuff there. And then Kevin,
So did you end up getting your car last night, or what's up?
I did. Yeah. So the guy goes, listen, for your suspension on this is the best we could do. I got an alignment. So literally it's like green, 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 and now red. And he's like, oh, don't worry about this one. And so the car like is pretty good, other than it shakes if you turn the wheel to one position, single position. But
Dude, what
I'll fix
are you
this.
already regretting buying this car? I mean, you have to be regretting
No,
buying it.
no,
No, you're
no.
not.
Dude, I bought the car for under $2,000. Listen, this car only has 64,000 miles. It's fun as shit.
All right,
It's
as
it's a
long as you
dude,
believe whatever is coming out of your
I
mouth.
only have like $600 into it, and that's to make it like perfect. I think this car was in Jurassic Park. It wasn't one of the cool ones that they drove around, but I think it got squished by a T-Rex. That's its claim. That's its claim to fame. Um,
um,
but yeah,
listen, all I know, Pete, is this summer. If you can't beat the heat this summer, you might as well bring the heat with Alec and Pete, and that's going to be the new
no, that's a
slogan
good
of the
line.
summer.
Are we
So
gonna get T-shirts with that?
yeah, we're gonna get T-shirts that aren't gonna sell, and then it's gonna be nice. So
You'll just have to make a new credit line for the T-shirts. That's yeah. How
yeah, I
many
mean,
credit lines do you
I'll
have?
ask you how to
15?
do that because I think you've opened up a few credit
Oh, I
lines.
I picked the only credit card that they don't have an ATM in Binghamton. So anytime I get cash, I have to go either to Syracuse or find a buddy to Venmo me, and then pay that. Say it's like $60. I gotta pay that $1.60 to transfer it over every time.
Your life is
So
it's just a wild life you live.
I know I might be moving to Maine as well.
What?
I'm just messing. That's just out
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You
Well,
got
wait,
you gotta
how
toss
was
the
the wedding? Was the wedding good?
yeah, so the wedding was good. I'm trying to think if anything crazy happened. Basically, well, I'll tell you this. After the wedding, we meet up with our boy Connor. I won't say last names, but he likes to cut hair. Um, and so it's me, him, and my brother Gavin, and his brother. And so we're chilling. We're like, all right, you know what? We got a hotel room because they popped over because it was for the wedding. And we're like, let's go to Colonial. So we go to Colonial. And we're like, let's go to Craft. And the girl there's like, oh, we're closing like now. We're like, no, you're not. You know, she's like, no, I'm not. So we go there for 30 minutes, whatever. So we get back to the room, and shenanigans go on as they
Yeah.
always do.
Yeah. My nickname in high school
Gavin,
was
like,
Shenanigan. Well, I dated a
yeah,
girl named Shenanigan.
yeah,
Or
she
was
was
it
the Irish one.
Shannon? I don't know. Yeah.
Shanigan.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she went by a shorter name. She was birth name Shanigan. But long story short, we get up to high school shenanigans, and Gavin has this large bottle of baby powder that he uses for like swamp ass.
Yeah.
And Coleman open. Oh, I just said the last name. You know what? Well,
No, you
there's
didn't
nothing.
say the
There's
last
nothing bad.
name.
Oh, Coleman's really a good brand for camping. I just wanted to. They're not our sponsors, but we wanted to bring it
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
But our buddy tosses it all over, pours it all over Gavin's head. Okay, so there's still half a bottle left, 3/4. They start fighting, and the bottle somehow opens, and they fall. This goes all over the room, like all over it, like every inch. It was on top of the TV. It was behind the shades. I had to clean this thing up because, of course, I put my card down for incidentals.
Of course.
Um, but apparently, my mom tells me later on, she's like, "Do you know they were called baby powder because it's so small, it can just get into your lungs and coat your lungs?"
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we just, I don't know, it was not a good decision. But that was the wedding. Yeah.
So did you get the baby powder? Did that Did you get any charges, or they clean it up? How?
No, so I woke up at like 8 a.m. You know me. If I'm gonna save $1, I'll do anything. So I woke up, I took a wet towel and I was going every inch of everywhere. And then my sister like came in and I was like, here, take this shit and just clean it up. And she's like, oh, fun. An idea. I like the project. So we skate by it. And then yeah, hotel rooms. I wish, there's days that I wish like oh, my family owned a hotel, because that could be sick. Imagine living on vacation every day.
Yeah, too bad your dad's only a doctor. He's not a hotel owner.
Yeah,
If only
unfortunately,
he.
only. Jeez.
It's just
Jeez.
what it is. But it's funny you're talking about baby powder and how people use it for swamp ass and whatnot. And because the ass is a serious issue. And I was actually going to bring this up today is that when I was talking to this girl and I was, I don't know how I get into these conversations, and girls don't believe the stuff that comes out of my mouth when it's actually like all like true, most of it. And when I, wash my ass in the shower, I tend to put, I have soap on my hands. I tend to put a little finger in my ass just to clean it. And when I told this to this girl, she's laughing. She's like, oh my God, like, that's funny. I like, obviously you don't really do that. Like, that's weird. I go, no, I actually do that. And it's
Yeah,
not weird. And she's
just
like,
covering all
she's
ends.
like, we just had sex. How are you? Like, how do you do stuff like that? I'm like, listen, it's not a gay thing, you homophobe. Like, I
Yeah,
just like to put a finger in my ass to clean it. It's not like I'm
you just
putting two fingers in or
you
continually
just like
putting
to
a
be
finger in.
prepared for any situation.
Well, what am I supposed to do? How are you supposed to clean your ass? What do you just put the bar soap in? Like, explain to me how you clean
Yeah,
ass.
I'd have to go on the Dove website. I think Dove gives you directions on how
Do
to
they?
apply.
Like, am
Yeah.
I doing it wrong?
How did Dove get so big? I feel like if you get to get soap, you're getting Dove. You know?
I mean, I do
What?
Irish Spring because that's like a real manly soap.
Yeah, but you're not Irish at all.
I know, but the Irish, they had when they came over in this country, they were discriminated against because for various reasons, I'm not sure. And so what out of that came hardworking people that created soaps, and the
Mm,
soaps are, you could feel the strength and the famine and the potatoes
yeah,
in the soap.
yeah. Okay. All right. So you're just trying to be Irish.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I be? I mean, clearly the Italian thing's not working out.
Yeah. Jeez.
So I
So
identify as Irish now.
quick question for our viewers. Is this one of those like the toga shawls that you're wearing? Or
No, so yeah, if you're listening on YouTube, which hopefully we'll get this on YouTube, I think we will. I don't know.
hopefully.
This is just my favorite blanket. It's like 30 years old. I'm not even kidding.
Jeez. Is it
But
a
yeah,
new maker?
it's tearing apart. Like I could poke a hole through the whole thing like easily
Yeah.
because the material's
Yeah.
just gone. But
Jeez.
it's what it is. I mean, I
Quick
wasn't gonna put a
question.
shirt on, so.
Random question. Do you have a baby box? You know what I'm talking about?
A
Say
baby
that.
box, like a
Yeah,
box
like
with a baby in it? No, I don't.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no. It's the other one. The other one. You're
oh
probably used
no.
to that.
Actually, I
I'm
got a
talking
question
like
for
you're,
you. I had a question for you
yeah.
instead. Do you? How do you make a dead baby float?
Um, put those swimmer things on its arm. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right. 2 scoops of dead baby and 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream.
I don't get it.
It's like a root
Like
beer
you,
float, but
oh my gosh.
all right,
That's
all right.
that's oh, I get the joke. Where did you make that up yourself?
No, I heard it like literally like 10 years ago, and it's just stuck with me because I couldn't when they said the
Jeez.
two like you're thinking float like in the water, and I said float
Yeah,
as in the
as
drink.
in the
So,
thing.
but
Dude,
no, I don't
I've
have a
heard the
baby
word.
box. So
No, okay,
no,
that's unfortunate. I've heard the word root beer. People are getting back into root beer.
really.
Yeah, I've heard.
You
I've
ever
been
have
hearing
the
it.
best damn root beer? The drink, like it's an
Like,
alcoholic beverage.
I thought it was not your father's root
So
beer.
there's a few of them, but I think there's one called Best Damn Root Beer.
And how is that
It
good?
was pretty good, but when I already had a few shots of like vodka. So then when you're drinking the best damn root beer, it tastes like root beer. But then if you drink the best damn root beer sober, it tastes like alcohol. So it's just what it
Jeez.
is. It's good.
Damn. Yeah, I'm trying to stick away from soda and stuff, trying to
Yeah.
keep it healthy. Summer bod, keep the dad bod still, but summer bod.
Yeah, it's hot. It's dad bod summer though. That's what they're saying.
Yep. Yep. I'm bringing the dad bod down to Florida in July. So
Is that so? You booked flights yet, or probably not?
I did, but we're not even around the same time. I
You're
think
late
so.
July,
I'm in mid.
mid July. So during my
I'm like,
birthday, you're gonna miss my birthday. What you're saying?
mm, so I sent a card in the mail already.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
coming.
got
It's snail mail. Pick carrier pigeon.
carrier pigeon.
We,
That's
we
all that
actually we
always
got to
comes
make that on a
back.
t-shirt. We got to have that with a
The
t-shirt.
the carrier pigeon. Yeah, we should. I mean, we're not gonna do any of this, but yeah, like that would be a good idea.
if we did,
Um,
financially.
if we actually
Um,
did anything we were saying we would do, yeah, yeah.
yeah, dude.
Um,
Random thing. I experienced like a full-on car crash yesterday. Not with me, right in front of me. It was like 10 p.m. Four guys in the car were like driving, and this one guy was brake checking them. And dude, the car behind, like, of course, the car in front got dented in the back. The car behind was like ruined. And four guys hop out and they're like, oh, just like, damn, he brake checked me and stuff. And then the other guy was like, I'm hurting, but like, they called the
you
cops.
heard them say that
I
he brake
walked up.
checked
I
me.
walked up and yeah, I walked up and got out of my car and like, driving Cherokee. I gotta get out of the car. So I hopped out of my car. I was like, you guys okay? But
Did they want to
yeah,
beat up the guy that brake checked them?
dude, I think they were just like in so much like they were dazed and like in so much pain. I don't know. I didn't even see the airbags went off, but
Did they go
I
off
feel like
there? You don't know?
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want mine to go off, but I would. I don't want to feel something smack me in the face, but
I mean, yeah, I actually I like when that happens. But
have you had the airbags pop in you?
mm-mm. Like when I smoked that deer a couple or like a month ago, like the airbags never went off.
There must be like a deer sensor in the car or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the airbags don't work anymore.
Jeez, I wonder if they work on my car
I think we all can answer that for you and say they don't.
and just say they don't. Jeez.
But I
Um,
did finally read chapter 5 after probably a month of not reading the chapter of
no
for
way.
those that listen every week, Solar, I'm not giving a fuck. I've been trying to read every week one chapter and bringing it to the podcast to talk about it, give good lessons and also maybe a little comedic humor with it. This chapter was called "You Are Always Choosing." Okay,
Hmm.
really clever. Really, I didn't think of that one.
I mean, I'm always choosing a new car.
Yeah,
So
you're choosing a new car. I'm choosing like if I'm gonna be trans or what today. So like it's
okay.
yeah.
Something they
So yeah, so this starts off and he says, a man he once knew was convinced he didn't get girls because he was short. So he wouldn't even try to go out and get girls. And when he would talk to them, he would make himself believe a girl didn't find him attractive, even if she actually did, rather than choosing to believe that a woman he should talk to should actually like him for who he is and not how tall he is. So, like, this guy's just, low. Listen, I
did
can
you write this
relate.
book? Did you
Yeah,
write
yeah,
this
yeah, I
book?
can relate to this kid because, like, obvious reasons. I mean, we go out every weekend. I'm looking up and I can't even see some of the girls because I'm just so short.
Yeah.
And my friends are also short. So we're midget construction workers. That's so
Jeez.
that's what we're
You
gonna have
hang
a
out with the
company
volleyball
called.
team and you're like, hey, listen, I love volleyball. They're like, what are you, the ball?
So,
Oh, such funny jokes.
so, so like we're gonna start a company actually called Midget Construction Workers, and think how funny that would be, like on the side of a truck, oh, oh, what
Well,
company did you hire to do your backyard? Oh, midget construction worker.
well, think about this. That could go well because there's tight places that you'd have to get into. Um, building houses and stuff.
Yeah,
So
no,
I feel
no.
like that could work to your advantage.
Being short's really good. I mean, ask all the girls.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
yeah,
honestly, like, yeah, like this guy that he's talking about, like, clearly has some self-esteem issues. Listen, if you're really self-conscious about being short, like you gotta get over it, bud, because you're not gonna change it. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like I don't care that I'm short. Like I joke about being short, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, yeah, it wasn't. it's not my fault.
And you could wear pumps, pumps.
Yeah. Well, penis pumps are just
No,
oh
to
shoe
oh
pumps.
geez. Well, I guess if you need that, I'm talking the shoes.
Yeah.
They make those shoes that have like 3 inches on them.
Here's the problem with this fucking world, dude. Everyone is so fucking like just pathetic. Like, just stop giving a fuck what everyone thinks about you. And just if
Yeah,
you're a short guy and you go up to a girl and you're funny and fucking
just rock it. Yeah,
like they don't give like they might say they give a fuck, but at the end of the day, like if you have a good personality and you like to be taught, like if girls like talking to you, you're gonna do fine. Like it doesn't.
yeah. I've seen some shorter people like just really pull game. Like it's all about, dude. It's all about the confidence. That's what it's about.
If
I
you
mean,
and
like,
if you make a joke about being short, like that's funny too. Like just
oh,
like go
dude,
with it.
I forget what it's called, self something. Like when you make fun of yourself, there's a word for it.
Yeah.
I didn't do well in the SATs, but
No, you didn't. I thought you did do well on the
no,
SATs.
I got a 17. I don't know if that's at a 1600.
Do you actually remember what
17.
you got on it?
I did better on the ACTs.
Oh, see, I
I got
don't.
like 29 out of
Yeah, I don't know what
36.
that means.
But I don't know. Dude, the SATs were like they do one test. How is that supposed to? They
Dude, I
made it
think it's such
easier
bullshit.
they made it easier for kids in like 2019 or something.
Oh, for the
Apparently it's like multiple choice, but you don't get
I can't believe
penalized for.
colleges base that much off that fucking one test.
I
You got to
know.
be kidding me, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's
But
like if you sleep with a girl for the first time and it's not
mm,
great, like you don't do your best performance, and then she never
they
talks to you
just
again.
because they
So
base
you
it
know
off
what?
of
Maybe it is
icing.
realistic, that test, because that seems to
Yeah, and
actually
comments on
happen.
life. They're setting
Yeah,
you up for life.
that actually makes a lot more
Jeez.
sense.
Unless you make good breakfast.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. People who know how to cook, that's a lost art. I mean, you made a pizza. I didn't try it, but was it
I
one of those microwavable pizzas? We don't know.
listen. You don't have, you listen. There's one thing I can do, and that's cook. There's something I can't do. That's
Everything else.
be non-condescending to women. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Oh
It's a
Lord.
joke. God.
Wait, so anything in this chapter
Oh, what? Oh
that you
yeah,
would
the
say
chat.
applies
Oh yeah,
to
oh, what were you saying?
yeah.
Sorry.
No, keep going, keep going.
Oh yeah, there's
Just
more.
writing it down.
I wrote down. Dude. So it talked about getting dumped. And they
Mm.
said when we get dumped, we always blame the other person a lot of the time and take our anger out on them. And that makes it hard to get over them. And when it really is our responsibility to make ourselves happy on our own. So we really shouldn't be blaming them for the breakup. We should really be looking at ourselves and thinking, okay, what did I do wrong for her to want to break up with me? How can I better
Yeah,
myself so that the next person doesn't um, break up with me for those reasons? Why not?
yeah. I feel like how many I mean, I feel like I've been dumped once and I saw it coming and I also like knew that I should have done it like ahead of time. Like I walked into
Mm,
it knowing like um this just isn't working.
yeah.
But I was too like, just going with it.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
what about you?
you take breakups pretty well. Like I can't see you getting super upset, but
No, I mean I've broken up many times. Not
really,
many like 30s, but we're talking like, yeah. I mean, I'm a very, I wouldn't say impulsive, but it's like
yeah, no,
I know after a
that's
couple months, and if it matches up, then it does. If it doesn't, then so
you
it's
bounce
like,
back quick. You bounce back quick.
yeah,
Where like I'm the opposite. I'll be down in the dumps for months at a time. Right, but
you'll be like a little sewer rat just in the
yeah, you're
sewer,
like,
just
well, we haven't
looking
seen
for,
Alec in a while, and it's like, oh, he's just sleeping under his bed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there will
So
come a day. There will come a
look,
day.
he'll come
It's
out
like
tomorrow.
it's like a Batman movie. There will come a day when he will rise again, or something
It's
like
like
that.
no, it's more like a groundhog. I'm like a groundhog.
Oh, Groundhog Day. Oh, what's his name? You kind of remind me of Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah, he's a cute
You
kid.
know,
So yeah, it makes sense.
he pulled back in his day.
He did,
Even when
really.
he was he was still doing Zombieland when he was like 70.
Is he
You know that?
alive? He's
Oh
alive,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
golfs a lot, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
maybe
a
with
shit
Trump then, because Trump golfs a
with
lot.
Arnie Palmer and Trump. Yeah,
Yeah.
all three of
That's
them
an
just kind of go
interesting
at it.
crew.
The fact that Trump's just like around golfing, like just that's legendary. That he's just like going on. Here's the thing: a lot of presidents, when they get off, yeah, they have money, but they don't have money to just do whatever they want. Trump got off, and he was just like, "Yeah, I still have $1 billion. I can't even do that. Can you
Yeah,
do
dude,
that?
it's
That
too early.
now?
I can't do
Yeah,
that. It's too early for
yeah,
that.
that's too much for right now.
But
I wonder how many of our listeners are up right now.
I bet we have our listeners, the many that we have, they're hardworking people. They work every day. They
Yeah,
get up, they do their thing, they pay their taxes.
yeah,
So
they're morning birds. I think we have a couple thousand after our research. Then are morning birds. All right, toss me another something from that.
okay, this is actually super interesting. This is the best part of the chapter. It talks about this girl, Malala Yousafzai, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Very it's a name from the Middle East that I can't pronounce, but Malala Yousafzai. I'm gonna say that. And
Usavsky,
she no, not Yousafzai. That's Polish, I think.
Russian Asian. Okay.
And it talks about her and how she stood up to the Taliban all by herself. And I'll explain the story. So she basically, the Taliban wasn't letting girls. She's a girl. She's like
Yeah.
at the time, I don't know if she was maybe 15, maybe younger, and
Yeah.
pretty much when the Taliban took over whatever country this was, and I'm not 100% sure, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Middle Eastern country. They said girls, like women, they don't respect women at all, like over there, or like the
They
Taliban
can't.
doesn't. And
They can't
they
learn.
didn't let her go to school, anything. And
Yeah.
she was like, screw this. Like, I'm going to school. Like like, these people are wrong, blah, blah. And obviously she's right.
Yeah.
She's on the bus. Taliban gets on the bus, says, where's Malala, whatever. No one's saying anything. Finally, he's like, I'm going to shoot everyone on the bus until someone tells me where she is. And they're like, she's right here. She
Yeah.
stands right. No, actually, no, I'm sorry. They didn't point her out. She stood up. She's like, I'm right here. She stood up. I'm right here. Come get me. They shoot her in the head. Okay. She goes
Jeez.
into a coma. She wakes up from the coma and she's like, she's fine.
She's fine.
She ends up, I think she writes a book, wins like the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, she's famous. Like, you could look her up.
Jeez.
And I just thought to myself, I'm like, we're literally the biggest pussies in the world. Like I can't even stand up to a guy at the bar unless Wheeler's next to me, because I'm a huge pussy.
Yeah. Jeez. I'm actually gonna look up. I want to just see where she got shot in the head. Mala. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Let me see.
Malalayou.
Images. She must have got shot like by her. Oh, she was in Vogue.
Yeah.
Where was she shot though? In the head?
I'm almost 100% positive it's in the head.
Jeez, dude. It must have been really high up. Oh, here we go. Hospital photos. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder if they had her at one of the hospitals there. They must have, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't big back then, was she?
I don't think she was big until like they found out that she got shot in the head, and like literally like how, like, have that amount of courage is just unheard of in this country. Honestly, like,
it's unreal.
Like, people over there have it so much harder, and I think people here don't even understand that. Like, we have it so good that we make issues out of nothing, where over there they have real problems, real sexism, real bad racism, like, where it's just so bad. And
it's ridiculous. I think they had one of those movies. I know movies are movies, but it was like The American Sniper or something, like 12 Horsemen, the military ones, and in the beginning, this terrorist is basically shooting a family because they found books that they were teaching girls. This is a random thought, doesn't tie into the emotional, whatever. Remember that movie with like Amanda Bynes where she like tapes herself and dresses up like a boy to be on the soccer team?
What is that movie called?
Was it Amanda Bynes? I don't know.
Yeah. Is it What I Like? It's not What I Like About You. No,
it might be.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, that's really weird that you had that right on hand.
Yeah, well, you know me. I like a chick flick here and there.
Whatever happened to her? Is she still big, or is she one of those?
She
do you know Logan Paul was on Disney Channel? He was the guy that drew the
Really, I
Yeah,
never watched the Logan Paul show. Like, are we too old for? Or obviously, we're the same age as him, so we're probably too old to watch a Logan Paul show. Like, what? I don't even remember a Logan Paul show. Like, I remember Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Or is he one of those guys?
he might be. I don't know. Dude, Amanda Bynes does not look
Good.
good.
Oh
No.
no. How if you
And
have all this money, do you end up looking bad? Like all you have to do all day is work out and like work on fitness and like
I feel like
eat
they just don't know
healthy.
how to save money.
Yeah. Well, she was big from the time she was like a little kid till,
Jeez. Well, no, not for the shows. I feel like for the shows, but that's like way early in our. I bet you if you ask any like 14-year-old, they don't know who Amanda Bynes is. No chance.
ask your sister, isn't she like that age?
Hey, she's about to be 13. Jeez, dude.
Wow, dude.
She's as tall as you.
Dude, what's up with your family being so tall? Your dad's not tall, is he?
No, comes from the mom side, you know.
Oh.
We used to be basketball players.
Your brother's Snapchat stories. He's getting close to me on following him again. He's getting
Oh
darn close.
no.
Is he in Florida?
No, he's up in Rhode Island doing some stuff with my
Rhode Island.
yeah, he's doing some mortgage lending. I've got
Yeah, I
an
see. He
uncle.
keeps saying, and he's the type of guy. For those that don't know, this puts on his Snap story, big things coming as he's at work. At his internship. So
he'll
I mean,
let you know, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the mortgage lending game is intense though, if you know how to do it right.
Well, I watched that movie, the Big
Big
Short,
Short.
and that has to do with mortgage lending.
Is
And
that like the Big Lebowski?
no, I watched The Big Lebowski the other day. That movie's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. For being
No.
honest, it's really stupid.
Jeez.
It's about bowling and like people that don't have jobs. It's wild.
It's like a Footloose, but for bowling.
It's kind of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but with a twist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Um,
Jeez. If they would just bring that back.
what
Apparently
Fresh?
Will Smith gained a ton of weight during COVID.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
now
sad.
he's like,
He's one of my favorite
yeah,
actors, if we're being honest.
dude, he has so many followers on everything. It's unreal. He got
He's
like 100. He got like 100 million people that see him every day. Just so he wants to post about the cheese he ate last night.
well, was it Asiago or Fantina?
Fantina, 100%
Yeah.
Fantina. That's
Well,
what everybody's getting these
one of
days.
the best lines from that chapter I read. I like this line. Life
Yeah.
is like poker. We all get dealt cards. Some of us better cards than others, but it's our choices with those cards that determines how our life goes. Because obviously, like there's people that are really good at poker. They get dealt a terrible hand. They still end
Yeah.
up, winning.
But if they bluff it,
They bluff.
if they play it off, they think
Which kind of reminds me of you because you're always bluffing that things are okay.
Well, but I also bluff and I'm successful in the same thing, in the same sense. Like, I'd be surprised how many times, like, yeah, if you say you can do a task and you have no prior experience, you can still send it. You got to take the risk.
Yeah.
These aren't my words, but you got to see, you don't see what is, see what does it have the potential to be. Those are my words, actually. But that's on my LinkedIn, actually. That's on my LinkedIn.
Is that on your
See that?
LinkedIn?
Yep. And I just came up with it one day, but it's so smart.
There's a
It
reason
applies to
why
everything,
no one hired you yet.
Oh, really? Okay. Actually, on LinkedIn, I'll tell you this. Do you know how they ask you on the app to put in your specific job history? I typed in C resume because I don't want to put it into I just put my resume up. Like, why
Okay.
can't they just look at the?
I think I did both because
Yeah, they probably look at mine. They're like, this kid has no job experience. Could you imagine? I should probably get on that today, actually.
Well, you're a busy guy. You don't have time.
Yeah, I'm running around trading cars, getting new vehicles. Well,
Yeah.
that's just how stuff goes. But yeah, well, I'm thinking as we go on, I think COVID's dying down. We talk about this every day, but with COVID dying down, I think we're definitely gonna have to get some of our guests back on here as time goes on.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You're right. I mean, if people want to be on, just text us. I mean, we're always.
Yeah.
You guys want to get up at 7:30 and have I know everyone wants to do that. So
we probably have to get like at least 15 people to be checking emails with the amount that are coming in.
Yeah.
For people that want to be on.
Yeah, you're right.
Because your cousin's just not pushing that anymore.
Yeah, he's got control of the email account. So
yeah. Is this it was at Yahoo? Who still has at Yahoo?
I have a
.com?
Yahoo account.
Why? For what purpose?
Well, what it is I actually used it last night to send my lease and everything, and it's official. I'm moving to Florida August 7th. So those that want to see
Oh,
me down there,
geez, look at
yeah,
that.
it's
How
actually
many? Are you living with one person?
2 other people.
Do you know the other
I only
people?
know one of them.
Oh, jeez. Where do you know the other one from? Like in person?
Yeah, like from the area.
Jeez. Would I know him?
Yeah,
You get a first name?
Matt.
No way.
Yeah,
He's moving with you?
he's moving in
Jeez.
2 days. And I'm moving in obviously a month and a half or whatever. So
Jeez, that's unfortunate for him. Damn.
I feel he has no idea
Tough.
what's coming. Like, cause we're sharing a bathroom too, like him and I.
Oh no.
And
Yeah, if we
I mean,
for
he's gonna
for
get urinated on. Let's get
yeah,
real.
for our long-term viewers, if you look at Grassy's room, that kind of you've got neat on the left, but then on the right, it's like all over the
It's
place.
it's better than it normally is too. That's the sad part.
It is. Yeah. I don't know who you were. You're probably preparing for the 7:30.
Yeah, that's what it
Imagine if
was.
this imagine if this were like the tempo or the vibe of your like interview for like a major job. You just get up at 7:30 and just shooting the shit with the CEO of a company and stuff. Geez, I had an interview with this CEO of a startup, and I thought it went really well. Like, it definitely did because I've been in a lot of interviews. Thai
Mhm.
restaurant, worked there one day. But I never got a call back. I didn't even get an email like, "Hey, we went with someone else." They were just like, you know,
Also, they just didn't even tell you.
no. But the guy looked like he was doing 90 different things while he was interviewing me. He's like typing and
Startups
stuff. Looking
sounds
up.
like a wild thing, like a startup.
They made a Netflix Cherokee virus. They made a Netflix show called Startup, and it's just about. It's pretty intense. I'd recommend it. I've also been watching. It's called Our Planet. It's like Planet Earth, but 10 times better. You ever heard of that on Netflix?
Our planet? No.
Yeah,
I know that there's no planet too. So
No Planet. Is that a TV
or
show?
no Earth too. Oh, no Earth too. That's there's those sweatshirts that were going around.
Oh, I Am Legend. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend that used to wear their sweatshirt that said there's no Earth too or something like that.
Jeez, you gotta find the people that say wear the T-shirts that say the Earth is flat. I believe the Earth is flat.
I would wear that just to get people pissed off, just to
Just
like
to like
troll
rile people
people.
up.
Yeah.
But nobody's arguing about that anymore. They're on to different things.
I know. It's like why are we getting away from the important things? Like Earth is
You got to
flat.
bring it back sometimes.
What happened to the killer bees? Remember that was a thing for a week and then it wasn't.
Like they were going away.
Remember the COVID and the killer bees came on the same plane here, and you remember that?
Are you talking? Well, I remember like bees were like not around enough, so they made the bee movie.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
I don't know what. Tell me about this killer. Tell me about
Dude,
this killer
you
bees.
remember like when COVID was first happening, a week like later, they're like, oh, also along with COVID, there's these bees that are killing people.
Oh
You don't remember?
yeah,
You remember? I mean, I'm sure we
I
talked about it.
faintly, I faintly remember this. But it wasn't here, was it?
It wasn't in New York, but it was definitely in the US.
Really? I didn't
I
know they were messing around like that. So was it just one bee that would sting you, or was it like
I don't know the
herds?
details of it. No, I think it would spray honey on your eyes, blind you, and then kind of like it jizzed honey on your eyes,
Yeah, yeah,
facial, and then
yeah,
it would sting you um in the neck
yeah.
and my back,
They go.
my and
Yeah. Oh,
my
and then
back.
that's when they made the song.
Yeah,
They rewrote them.
yeah.
I saw on this Our Planet, there's this. It's like a worm. It's called a Velcro worm, and this guy was the only of some species that was around at the time of dinosaurs. Guess what this thing does? This thing moves so slow, but it drops to the ground. It looks so nasty, and it pops itself over like a little branch, and it sees about like 10 yards away. It sees an ant just messing around, but it can't chase the ant. It shoots glue out of its arms, hits the ant,
This is
and
a
then comes.
worm.
This is a worm. This is like a little caterpillar looking thing. It's a worm, but it was around when dinosaurs were around. This thing shoots glue, goes below the ant,
It's not the
slowly
only
goes
thing that
under.
shoots glue. All right, keep
So
going.
goes below the worm and then basically like eats out its guts from the inside, like
So this
injects
thing
something. I
shoots
don't.
glue and eats things out. I mean, what is this? What is this like is this just a male? It's got to be a male species.
It might just be the male. I don't know. But the thing, like, imagine like if that's what's still around. Imagine what there was back then. I
Well,
can't even.
your Jeep would be able to live to tell this story of
It could take on a couple of raptors. I think
yeah,
that's what happened. And dude, they remade that movie way too much.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. They should have just left it with the originals.
I only
Unless you
watched
like the
it once. Like I really don't even know
original or like the Chris Pratt one.
the original, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the original is pretty intense. They're stuck in like a ball. You got the old guy with the white beard. Looks like Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You think he gets ass, Colonel Sanders?
yeah, and people that look like him as well. Equally.
So
Being
Santa
straight up.
Claus.
He said, well, Santa Claus is more specific. Longer beard. This guy
Yeah.
kind of looks like, yeah, he wears the white suit and stuff. Yeah,
Um all right. Yeah. I mean, listen, I think for a morning episode, we did what we had to do. We got through it. And I mean, I hope our listeners appreciate the wake up time. I'm not a morning person. It takes me a long time to get up and start being, super productive. So
yeah. But we
um,
should definitely stick to this 7:30.
yeah, we know we're gonna
7:30
stick to
time.
it. It's definitely gonna happen next week too. So um,
Perfect.
yeah. I don't know. You got any closing statements?
Nothing. We're bringing
Nothing.
the heat.
Bringing the heat with Alec and Pete. Have a wonderful Friday.